Hello and welcome to another Love, Language, and More tutorial with your hosts Jason and Vlad. Today we're going to take a look at TeamLab, a free online service for your business. It allows you to manage both projects you're working on and the people who are working on them. So the first thing we need to do is register. Enter your first and last name, provide an email address, and then name your portal or your page. You want to make that name appropriate depending on your group that you're going to create. Have to go through a security check here. So we'll just enter the secret password. And we have a few steps to go through. Provide a password and confirm it. Enter your portal name again. And select Done. Now here's your first major step within TeamLab. You have to decide on what type of template you're going to use. In order to do that, you select either corporate, common, or custom. Common is your typical setting, and this allows you to simply identify members and roles and their activities within the group. And then you need to select your language and time zone. For our purposes today, we'll select English, but of course choose whichever one is appropriate for you. The same applies to your time zone. And then lastly, we can select a skin setting, just a color or theme for our TeamLab group. We'll go with default for today. Then select Done. Now you need to add a few users. So we'll just add 2 for now. You need to enter both the first and last name and a valid email address, and then select Add User and provide at least one more user. And then we need to select Done. Now we can begin to use our web office. And this brings us to our TeamLab management page. On the left-hand side, you can continue to add users. In the top URL, please note your new URL, LoveLanguage&more.teamlab.com. It's your portal page. Once here at this page, you can choose from one of 4 main aspects of TeamLab: projects, documents, community, and customer relations management. We'll show you all but customer relations management today, and we'll start with projects. Now, of course, the first thing you need to do is select Create New Project. Now, projects is where you can manage teams, assign tasks, track project activity, and generate reports. The first thing we're doing here is creating a new project for you. Sample project is our title. The description is this is just for test. And now we want to assign a project manager to this task. Lastly, you can make this project a private one by checking this box down here before you select Add this project. And doing so will generate your sample project. Why don't we take a look at the tabs above that help us manage our project. So the first one is milestones. And milestones are just that: key or important dates to keep in mind or to set reminders for while working on a project. You can see we have our first milestone set. It's the finish date for 4/19. Now let's go take a look at tasks. You can see no tasks just yet, so let's add some. We need to assign this to somebody. We can assign a milestone and give them a certain amount of time to do the project. You can also upload documents if you need to that are appropriate for this task. And here we have our project available, our task rather, available. Now let's go take a look at discussions. No discussions at the moment, but we can start one. Simply generate a title for the discussion. How's it going? Lots of text. We can also attach a file if we need to. Terrific. Now we can go over to documents, and we'll show you a bit more about this later, but you can create new files, new documents, upload existing files from your computer or elsewhere, or create folders to manage the documents you have here. And lastly, we have time tracking. Now, time tracking is just that. It allows you to keep track of who has spent how much time on what project. You can see the layout is pretty clean and nice. Recent activity is available at the bottom. Team members active on such things. And let's go back to TeamLab now. Why don't we go ahead and explore documents for you. So like before, you can select new file. You can create a document, create a spreadsheet, create a presentation of your own, or create a drawing. Now, we mentioned you could upload documents as well. You can do that here. You can create another folder if you need to. You can also import documents, say, from Google Docs if you'd like. A wonderful way of managing your online documents in one space. Lastly, let's take a look at the community page, which is probably got the most things going on. So first, let's go up to your tabs. You can see members next to dashboard, and this members tab allows us to just find out a little bit more about each member if there were descriptions. You can also explore the group, add additional groups, add additional members, or new users. Now let's take a look at events. Of course, there are no events listed yet, but we can do so. Create one. Call this project meeting. Make it important orders. Put some text in there. Bingo. Now let's take a look at blogs. This is pretty cool. You can manage your very own community blog, or company blog in fact, from within the community dashboard if you need to. So we're going to create a post here. We can change some of the fonts, underline things as you would. And you can regularly continue to add to this blog, which makes it a pretty useful tool for your team project. Now we can go over to forums, and like the blog, you can create a space in which your team can discuss certain topics. We can just come up with a title here. Sample project. Assign a forum name. And then people can begin sharing their thoughts on certain discussions, topics, create new posts. You can finally upload photos. We're not going to do that for you today. You can upload bookmarks, or rather share bookmarks. Important for working on projects collaboratively. Everyone knows where to go to for certain information. Need to check the URL, then you can provide a simple description of it. Provide tags if you'd like. And save. You can see the Love Language and More homepage appears with a thumbnail. It's very nice. And of course, Wiki is our last tab. Allows you to generate a wiki page for your company or your project. You can edit it here and continuously update it as things develop within your your company or on your project. When you're finished, you're going to want to go down and select Publish. At the moment, why don't we go back to Dashboard. Now here you can see everything that's been going on. Bookmarks has been updated with our Love Language and More homepage. Our blog has been updated with our post. Forums, there's nothing going on in that forum yet. Events has been changed. There's that project meeting in the top right hand corner. In the bottom left you can see what's new. Everything that has taken place in the last couple minutes has been tracked for you. That's a pretty neat feature. And of course the wiki page has also been updated. So one last thing we'd like to show you is the talk utility that TeamLab offers. And this is TeamLab's project instant messaging client of sorts. From here you can communicate with anyone on your project team, any of the users available, instantly find out how they're progressing on their tasks or projects. We're going to finish that, and we can go back to our TeamLab homepage. And that's all for TeamLab today. If you have any other questions concerning how to use TeamLab or how to use something specifically on TeamLab, they have a pretty thorough help section that can provide you with all sorts of answers. We hope you enjoyed our TeamLab tutorial today, and we certainly encourage you to use TeamLab in your office settings or in your classroom settings today.